Welcome, fearless listeners. Tonight, we explore the unsettling tale of a forgotten room hidden within a seemingly ordinary house. When a curious child discovers a door that should have remained closed, they uncover toys that defy the laws of nature and a malevolent spirit that lingers on. But before starting today's story, subscribe to Dark Echo Horror Storytelling Show to listen to horror story like this every night. In a quaint neighborhood, nestled between two friendly homes, stood a modest house owned by the Thompson family. Everything appeared ordinary until young Lucy, a bright and adventurous 8-year-old, discovered a door behind the tall bookshelf in her room. It was an old, dusty door, barely visible, as if it had been forgotten for years. Curiosity bubbled within her as she pulled the heavy door open, revealing darkness that beckoned her closer. With trembling hands, Lucy stepped inside and found herself in a small, dimly lit room that smelled of mold and dust. What caught her eye first was the array of strange toys that filled the space. A puppet with eerie, lifelike eyes, a doll with a cracked porcelain face, and a rusted toy train that creaked ominously when it moved. As she gazed around in wonder, Lucy felt a chill sweep through the room. The shadows flickered, and for a brief moment, she could have sworn she heard soft whispers calling her name. Intrigued yet frightened, she picked up the puppet, and suddenly the lights flickered. Unbeknownst to her, this puppet once belonged to a boy named Tommy, who had lived in the house long ago. Tom's spirit had been trapped within the forgotten room, tethered to the toys that had witnessed his tragic fate. Just then, the door behind her slammed shut with a deafening bang. Lucy's heart raced, and she dropped the puppet, realizing that she was not alone. "Who's there?" she called out, trying to sound braver than she felt. Then the air grew heavier, and a silhouette materialized from the shadows. A boy about her age, with sad eyes and a faint ghostly glow. "I didn't mean to scare you," he said softly, "but they're not just toys. They're my friends." As the words hung in the air, the toys began to move, rattling as if brought to life by unseen hands. Lucy backed away, her mind racing. "What happened to you?" she stammered. Tommy's face darkened. "I was trapped here for trying to play with them. You must leave, Lucy." Before she could respond, Lucy noticed a shadow darting behind the puppet. It was the malignant presence that had inhabited the room far too long, a spirit filled with sorrow and anger, wanting revenge for its own tragic past. "Leave now or join him," it boomed, and the walls trembled. The toys began to shake violently as they sensed the anger of their owner. Lucy glanced at Tommy, who looked desperate. "You have to help me break the spell. They need you." With a surge of determination, Lucy searched for an answer within the chaos, realizing that the room's power lay in its forgotten history. She spotted an old, dusty journal lying beneath a broken toy chest. Opening it, she soon learned about the tragic tale of Tommy and the dark past of the room. His spirit had been trapped due to the anger he unknowingly unleashed when he played too long without caring for the toys. "You need to forgive," Lucy whispered urgently, but before she could speak further, the malevolent spirit lunged at her, shrieking in fury. "No one will leave." Feeling the weight of the room closing in, Lucy clutched Tommy's hand tightly. "I forgive you," she shouted, believing in the power of her words. The toys froze, and the angry spirit momentarily staggered. "Say it, please," Tommy urged her. "I forgive all of you," she cried out. Sudden silence enveloped the room, and the toys fell lifeless once more. The spirit screeched, and then, as if washed away by a gust of wind, it shattered into a million sparkles, dissolving before their eyes. The room brightened, the oppressive atmosphere lifting, and a joy filled Tommy's eyes. "You saved me," he said, smiling for the first time. The door creaked open, revealing a warm light beyond the forgotten space. Lucy turned, her heart pounding. "But will you be okay?" Tommy nodded, a serene smile gracing his face. "I finally can go to the light. Thanks to you." Just as he began to fade, he looked back with a grateful expression. "You're braver than you know, Lucy," Remember, the power of friendship can break any curse. With that, he vanished, and the forgotten room transformed into a place of warmth and forgotten joy. All of a sudden, the toys returned to being merely inanimate objects, their magic extinguished, but their history preserved. Lucy stepped out into her bright room, feeling a great weight lift from her heart, but the door behind her remained ajar, and for a fleeting moment, she sensed a lingering presence. Tommy's essence still mingled with the memory of the toys. As days turned to weeks, Lucy often found herself gazing at the old door behind her bookshelf, a smile on her face. She would visit Tommy's room in dreams, where they played freely without fear or shadows. Each night, he thanked her for freeing him, reminding her that bravery is found even in the most uncertain moments. One evening, while organizing her toys in the living room, she stumbled across a white feather lying on the floor, a gentle reminder of their connection. The stories of Tommy in his room faded from her childhood memory, transformed into something cherished rather than haunting. Years later, as a young adult, Lucy returned to the neighborhood, bringing her friends to the old house. They laughed about the rumors of a haunted room, but Lucy knew the truth. She shared her story, filled with bravery and friendship. The tale passed through generations, allowing the spirit of Tommy to live on, unshackled and free at last. As the sun set behind the house, Lucy ventured toward the old door one last time, gazing at its outline and whispering, "Goodbye, my friend." And in the night, while the world slept, a soft, familiar laughter echoed in the air, a reminder that some bonds transcend time, creating endless stories that linger long after they are set free.